Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another review. This time of the Super Saiyan Gotenks from Dragon Ball Z slash Super. So, let's get started. Um, we've been waiting on this a while. I know everybody's bummed we didn't get a Super Saiyan 3 head, but who's to say it doesn't come packed in with some other thing and some next thing when they announce? Because we got Super Boo and you just don't know. Maybe they'll pack something nice in. Maybe they'll show off something onto Machinations. We'll never know. Anyway, let's get into this review and let's get started. As always, we're going to start with articulation because that's my big thing. That's what I do. So, let's get a good look at him. Absolutely wonderful. It's one of those things that visually he's stunning. It's a great look. So now we're gonna jump into articulation. I think the head is actually big, and that's okay, because if you want to exaggerate the proportions of Gotenks being a comedy character, as cool as he is and as powerful as he is, he's pretty much a gag character because he's a combination of two 6 and 7 year olds. So it's like whatever. Like I don't know what you expect from this guy. So as you can see, his head is pretty big and it's on a tiny neck, but it does have, oop, my faceplate came right off. And I wanted to talk about that and get into it, but it showed itself already. My faceplate is actually really, really loose. I don't know if it's just me or if it's gonna be a all-round problem. Hopefully it'll be just me. My faceplate is pretty loose. But as you can see, he definitely gets a nice bit of articulation with his head that allows him to get range for certain poses. But I gotta be careful with my faceplate because mine is pretty loose, which sucks, but whatever, right? Anyway, we're going to get into the arms real quick. And the arms are pretty nice because they are on, well, the collar of the vest for the fusion technique is on the arms, so you don't have to worry about it being hindered. There's not a butterfly joint, but it does allow you rotation to go all the way through and around, which is pretty nice. Something that I enjoy. And it doesn't hinder it even with this. So I can rotate it all the way up in a 360-degree motion. It can go full circle. There's bicep swivel as well, and the arm is single jointed. It's a nice small joint that I think we got with Kid Goku, I believe. No, Kid Goku was double jointed. Nope, single jointed. So it was the one we got with Kid Goku. The wrist joint is like all Bandai SHF stuff. You can rotate all the way around and through with no issue. So just like that, voila. The waist area, we have a nice bit of ab crunch that goes forward and backwards. And if you bend it too far back, you will obviously get the ab gap. But I don't think that's a big deal, that you'll do it, that it'd be visible all the time. Also for his sash, it has a nice ball joint, so it can go forward and backwards and out a little. This is soft plastic, so you can heat it up and make it look like it's in motion. The bottom half actually uses the 2.0 articulation that started a while back, which is really dope. Mine has a little clicking sound because the body is so small. So as you can see here, you'll hear the clicking. That's a first. I've never heard clicking before. The legs are still double jointed, and they do venture out, not far, but far enough that allow maximum articulation for this kind of thing with the 2.0 joints. If you want to shave it down and get extra articulation, you can. If not, not a big deal. There is a nice ankle pivot that actually rotates really well, and there's toe pivot as well. So if you want to worry about kicks and articulation and things like that, I don't think there's going to be an issue with Gotenks, considering how he can maneuver pretty well. So that's pretty dope. So let's get him down in a nice cool pose. Let's see what I can get going with him real fast. Just out the gate. Yeah, this is a nice enough pose. And because it's not double jointed, you don't get the full range of the arms, but it's something you can pretty much overlook on the kid character. Well, I feel like I can overlook on the kid character. I really can't speak for anybody else. But accessory-wise, Gotenks does come with a lot of stuff, especially for a $60 figure. He comes with, I know a lot of people complain about accessories, but I think he actually comes with enough. You get enough of his attacks and things like that. So first up, we're going to start with his peace sign hands, which is also the hands that's used for Super Ghost Kamikaze attack and the Galactic Donuts. So that's pretty dope. You get only one Ki Blast hand and not two. I could have swore it was two. Maybe I'm tripping or I've lost it. But so far, you just get one. I got to double check that. I'll add it in at the end of the video if it is. You get the pointing finger for when Gotenks is coming for you. So that's pretty dope. And you get martial artist hands. And this is from a combination of Goten and from Goten with the martial arts hands being trained by Gohan. Then you get two more faceplates. And these faceplates are dope because you get the excited faceplate, which is a lot of fun. I love this faceplate a lot. And the fan favorite confused kid look. Like, hey man, I kind of messed up here. So this is pretty fun. And I like that they really did that. They kind of went the extra mile in giving you the faces. You can use a lot more, but it's nice to see those ones. Next up, you do get one of his special attacks, which is the Super Ghost Kamikaze attack. It is a nice translucent color for the hair. I actually really like this a lot. It doesn't move. There's no head joint on it. So it's all one piece. It doesn't move at all. But it's really dope. If you want to connect it, you can use a Tamashii stage. So let's clear this out of the way. And you can plug him directly into Tamashii stage. That holds up really well, as you can see here. So that's pretty dope. Next up, we have the attack for the Super Galactic Donuts. And I'm going to set this behind him so you guys can see what's going on. There's going to be a stage piece here that allows you to connect the translucent donut piece, which is pretty nice. It's a nice translucent color that matches his Super Saiyan hair enough that it'll look good. So when he points up and do the Galactic Donuts attack, it'll actually sit above him really nicely. So I don't know. Ooh, let's change that focus. So as you can see, it sits above him very nicely, and it's really nice. But Gotenks is such a small character, you're going to have to really force that perspective if you're going to have other characters in the shoot with him. So you might want to keep that in mind. I think that about covers all the stuff with the exception of the size comparison, which is what you're going to jump into right now. So let's fix him up and make him look standard and worthy of being next to the other Z fighters. Now, this is not going to be a traditional size review that I do with other lines, mostly because this is a tiny character. Really don't think I need to do it with other lines, but I'm going to do it anyway. But I'm also going to compare mostly with Dragon Ball characters. So, for giggles, I'm actually going to show him next to his Kid Goku counterpart, which Kid Goku is even smaller than him. So I think that's pretty dope that it shows you that Gotenks actually does have some size on Kid Goku. And then there's also him next to Teen Gohan, which is actually older than Gotenks at this point. So it's actually a nice blend of him being in between, which is really dope. So Gotenks is smaller than Teen Gohan, but bigger than Kid Goku. So it's really nice, especially because Goku is actually a more Dragon Ball drawn proportion, but it still fits in and blends really well with each of the other two. So let's set these guys down. I got to figure out where to put them. Next up, we're going to compare him to Majin Vegeta and Frieza. And the reason why I chose Majin Vegeta is because this is during the same saga, the Buu saga. One really, really long saga. Next up, we're going to do Frieza as soon as I figure out where his tail is. And if I can't figure it out, I'm just going to say screw it. I don't even think I've taken off the whistle name on this Frieza. Nope, didn't. But anyway. So Frieza is actually a really good size next to Gotenks. It's actually smaller, which is pretty dope because it shows you that Gotenks actually has some height on somebody in the show. And it just happens to be Frieza. So that's pretty cool. Next up, we're going to do Piccolo. And he is long overdue for a 2.0. And it's too bad we haven't gotten one yet because I would love a 2.0 of Piccolo. I'm actually a big Piccolo guy. He's still one of the better figures that holds up, though. So there's Piccolo. And next up, we're going to do Beerus. The reason why I chose Beerus is because Gotenks fought him for like a split second. And it really didn't work out in his favor at all. So height-wise, we see where we're going on with this. Next up, we're going to do Goku and Majin Buu. Fat Buu to be exact, because we don't have the Super Buu yet. So, size-wise, he is out of his league height-wise with Buu. And with Son Goku, we have the nice size comparison. So, voila. Let's move you guys out. One last one from Dragon Ball that I want to do, and I want to make sure I cover it, is Broly. And Broly pretty much towers over Gotenks in every which way. So, yeah. So, I want to make sure I covered that. Next up, we're going to cover stuff like Articulated Icons Ninja. So, you can see what it's like with other lines. Here he is with a Mezco Punisher. So, those two knock it out the park. Here he is next to a Synthetic Human. Homie Bob. Bob the Human. And Bob the Human couldn't take the heat. Oh, can he? There he is. And then last but not least, an SH Figuarts Kamen Rider. So size-wise, I think Gotenks is actually the right kid size. He has a big head like most kids have, and he just has to grow into it. So it works out his way. In the meantime, guys, I hope you found this informative. I hope you enjoyed it. Most of all, I hope you do good, be good, and drink your water. Thanks for watching, guys. Later.